Hi, my name is Brittany. I am 6.5 months old, but I'm still in the Neonatal intensive care unit. I hear the nurses calling it the NICU. I was born at 28 weeks. I think I was supposed to be in that nice, warm, comfortable place for 40 weeks. Since I did not stay where I was supposed to, I have a lot of health problems, which includes necrotizing enterocolitis, short bowel syndrome with an ileostomy, chronic lung disease, a grade 3 periventricular hemorrhage, partial blindness from retinopathy of prematurity, and a bilateral hearing deficit that will require hearing aids later on. I am on a machine to help me breathe through a hole in my throat. I think that is called a tracheostomy, and the machine is called a ventilator. I cannot eat, so I am dependent on intravenous total parenteral nutrition for nourishment and fluids. My parents' names are Josh and Debbie. My dad is 22 years old, and my mom is 23 years old. I have a sister, her name is Darlene. She is almost 2 years old. When I was in my mom's tummy, I heard that she was born early too, and she was in the same place I am in now, the NICU. Darlene has some problems too. She eats through a little white button on her tummy. Her muscles are not very strong, and she gets infections in her urine that keep coming back because of something called reflux. My parents cannot come to visit me very often because of a very long car ride. I overheard my mom talking to the nurse that our house is 120 miles from the hospital, and it is hard to take off work because of something called money problems. I find myself thinking about other family, maybe a Nana and Papa, but then I remember there was a lot of yelling and screaming one time about that same thing called money. I guess my parents borrowed some from my Nana and Papa and can't give it back right now.
Hello, my name is Addison. I work in the NICU. Many of the nurses, including myself, have been taking care of a 28-week preemie named Brittany for 6.5 months. Each day is getting harder and harder to take care of Brittany. Many of the nurses have refused to take care of her because they just cannot stand to see her suffering. This poor, helpless baby girl has had 19 cardiac arrests, 3 of which have occurred in the last 48 hours. Brittany has responded to drugs and higher ventilator and oxygen settings, but is showing signs of gradual decline in the mental alertness and her ability to maintain adequate cardiorespiratory and metabolic function. All of the nurses are concerned about Brittany's quality of life, and some have suggested to Dr. Penna that the next time Brittany codes to allow her to die a natural death. How can we as healthcare team make a decision such as that? Brittany's parents, Josh and Debbie, have requested a conference call because they are unable to visit at this time and wish that we perform all available means to employ to keep Brittany alive because they want to bring her home to be with the rest of the family. They also said they have a lot of faith in a higher being and that Brittany will soon be healed. Several of the other nurses have refused to care for Brittany because they cannot stand to see her suffer.